One of the things that I do follow is that I have multiple accounts always. I have any account that I have is dedicated or has a purpose. And this one right here is for scalping, right? So drop a one if you have Interactive Brokers up and running, because I definitely want to make sure that everyone can follow. And then from there, we can definitely progress and talk about the layouts, and then talk about hotkeys, and then talk about, how I prepare every single day before the stock market. I saw a couple zeros, so I'll give it a couple seconds. I'll just talk over for a couple of seconds. One of the things that I do want you to take into account when it comes to this market right now is that you are going to have times where it's just choppy. Today was choppy. Yesterday was very, very choppy, right? So this is where you have to be disciplined, right? Because at the end of the day, you're not trading futures, you're trading options, and options has Greeks. And if you do not abide those Greeks, then that's where your money really goes away, right? So I definitely want everybody to keep that into account, because oftentimes there's times that I know that I'm in a trade and just the theta is killing my profits, and I get out. I don't care what happens next. And honestly, I don't want you to care about what happens next. Why? Because at the end of the day, you have to practice risk management, and you also have to protect your capital as well. Can I ask, should we be worried about the option expiring? Yes, 100%. You should never let option trade expire. Why? Because that's when you actually exercise it. That's when you actually exercise it and you become a shareholder. So that's a big scare that happened to one of my friends when he first started doing options trading. And I think he let NVIDIA contract expire, and then he had to exercise close to like $14,000 in just shares of NVIDIA. I could tell you this: he did not sleep the entire weekend, and he was the first person on the hotline, calling TD Ameritrade. And thank the Lord, TD Ameritrade said, you know what, it's okay, it's a mistake. Like, we'll just put your account back to where it was. So you definitely want to be worried, and you do not want to let a contract expire unless you actually want to exercise those different shares. All right, so here we go. So Interactive Brokers, for those that are new, and okay, one, not approved for options. If you're not approved for options, it means that you have to put that you're at least that you have at least 3 to 5 years when it comes to experience, right? So 3 to 5 years is what I highly recommend. I saw a question from Chris Mailing. I will cover that when it comes to the delayed data. For the delayed data, you have to go into the browser. I'll do a demonstration later on where you can actually check whether or not you have delayed data. Something else, if you do have delayed data, it will actually give you a warning. It will give you a warning here in the options chain, and then it's also going to give you a link which will direct you to the IBKR website, and then from there you can actually subscribe to the different market data bundles that they have. Here we go. No, so a couple questions here. So somebody said, Mercedes says, that happens to me once with NEO. I ended up with 80 shares of NEO. Would have been 100, but I only had money in my account for 80. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So yeah, that's what happens. You actually exercise and you actually buy the shares. So you definitely got to be careful. Here we go. So IBKR, this is the platform that I recommend. Again, I do not make any money. I am not partnered up with IBKR. I just feel like if you're a scalper, if you're a day trader, this is definitely an account that could really help you maximize your gains. And here are a couple of reasons why. The reasons are this. One, their fill time is really, really good. So when you actually enter into a options trade, right, you're filled in less than 2 seconds. And if you compare it to Robinhood, if you compare it to Thinkorswim, which I've used those in the past, those are going to be ones where I've had trouble getting filled in. And honestly, it's very, very frustrating when you could have caught a profitable trade, and then because you're not getting filled in, you're not making money. I promise you, you will definitely be mad. And that has happened to me countless of times. And that's why I switched over to Interactive Brokers. For those that are very new, those that have been with us for quite some time know that because of Thinkorswim, I've had to replace a couple different devices, right? That's how bad it is with those other different platforms. Hence, I highly recommend you to use Interactive Brokers. So here we go. So Interactive Brokers, this is the layout that I have. Just quickly to go over my layout, I have a small chart. One thing to note about Interactive Brokers, when it comes to their charting, it sucks. Like, it completely sucks. It's, the UI, it's a bit complex, but today we're definitely going to go ahead and get into that. Lisa, how do you get to that screen? So at the bottom, you're probably going to see something like this, right? This should be your first screen. you can always click on the plus sign. And when you click on the plus sign, and everybody please follow me here, I want you to create a new custom layout. And I'm just going to put here EYL sauce, right? Once you click on create, it's going to give you a whole new blank canvas, right? This new blank canvas is going to allow you to be able to add all the things that you love, right? So I'm just going to quickly go ahead. And by the way, whenever you see this that is in green, it means that you're in edit mode. The platform is Interactive Brokers. And again, this, you can use it for stocks, for crypto. You can even trade futures on this platform, right? So what I want you to do is this. As you can see, I'm going from green to a lock. When I lock it, it means that everything is just static. I cannot change anything. But just quickly, just showing you what I have. And then this right here, we're going to build it together today, okay? So here we go. I do have my chart. Always have a 5-minute chart up here. I also have my options chain. The options chain, for those that are new, this is where you actually enter a contract. You can also use it for Forex as well. You can also use it, use the options chain to be able to enter order entry for any options contract, right? On top of that, I also have my watch list, right? And something else is that my watch list is always connected my options chain. So as you can see, I have these links, right? This link color right now, I have it in group 1. This is group 1. This is also group 1. This is also group 1. What does this allow me to do? This allowed me to just go like this in the morning. Click on SPY and boom, everything updates to SPY, right? If I click on Microsoft, then everything will go ahead and update to Microsoft, right? So this allows me to have a small watches. As you can see, I don't have 1,000 stocks here. I trade the same stocks every single day. Amazon, Crowd, Microsoft, NVIDIA, SPY. These have been my go-to for the last 6 months. I do not have, the entire NASDAQ here just because it looks cool, right? And then on top of that, I also have my order entry at the moment. I'm going to try this real quick. If this doesn't work, then we'll do it together as a whole. But I'm going to add into the chat an XML file. This XML file is this current layout that I was able to save the settings. So let's go ahead and try that first. If not, then we'll just go ahead and create a whole brand new canvas. So I just placed it in the chat. It's called ATM.xml because that is indeed what the stock market is to us. It's just an ATM where we're able to get money every single day. So that right there, ATM.xml. If everybody could just save and open that. So I want you to open that file. So just click once and it will open. And I don't know why it's opening Adobe Illustrator, but if anything, just click on open file. And then from there, okay, let me go ahead and put it one more time. Oh, you don't see it? That's weird. Getting an error. Okay. Don't try to open it. Just go ahead and just save it, right? So if you are on a Mac, you can click on the 3 dots and click on show in Finder, right? So it's going to show me that, right? I have it here on my desktop local, and I'm going to try myself too. Just 1 second. Still getting an error? Okay. All right, then we'll just start from scratch. All right. So what I want you to do here, click on the plus sign, create a new layout. And then from there, what I want you to do is that I want you to unlock it. So once we are in the unlock mode, it shows that we are in a editing mode. From there, everything that you add, whether it is a chart, whether it is an options chain, you're going to have to go here and click on new window. So I want you to click on new window, and I just want you to type in for chart. Click on chart. And then this will open a chart. And as you can see, now it gives me a grid, right? On top of the chart, now I also have a grid so that I can place things very nicely when it comes to my chart. So again, I want you to click on chart. And again, please feel free to modify it to however you like it. I like to keep it like this, and I'll put my chart there. Give me a 1 once you are at this step where you have added the chart and you're good to go. You got the grid going on.